Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my sports talk channel. I'm Jensen Young, and I want to say thank you for clicking on my channel. Today, we'll be looking at if LeBron or Giannis should be the MVP. If that sounds interesting, let's hop into it. If the season were to end today, Giannis, with a PER of 32.3, would end the season with the highest PER of all time. LeBron has a PER of 25.3, which, while it is excellent, is still 7 lower than Giannis's. Another point going towards Giannis is that he has led the Bucks to the best record in the NBA as the lone superstar on his team. LeBron has another arguably top 5 player in Anthony Davis on his team, and yet the Bucks still have a better record. Giannis is also developing his three-point shot as he's taking and making the most per game in his career and shooting 31%, the best average since his rookie season. Additionally, Giannis is just invaluable to the Bucks. With his average of 30 points a game and 13.5 rebounds per game, he is scoring an absurd 22.6% of his team's points. One thing that is important to note, Giannis is only averaging 30.9 minutes per game. That's the lowest amount since his rookie year. To put that into perspective, the league leader in minutes per game is James Harden. He's averaging 37.1 minutes a game. That means, on average, Giannis would be on the court for about 6 minutes less than him. If Giannis played for the same amount of time as James Harden, his numbers would now look like 36 points per game, that would lead the league, 16.2 rebounds per game, that would also lead the league, and almost 7 assists a game, that would be number 3 among frontcourt players. The case for LeBron is just as convincing as Giannis's. Let's start with an overall look at his numbers. LeBron is averaging 25 points a game, 7.8 rebounds, and 10.8 assists. Now the points and rebounds are lower than Giannis's, but LeBron's numbers and team records should be lower than Giannis's because LeBron is playing in the Western Conference and Giannis is playing in the East. The West is known to be a tougher conference, and it has shown in games this season where a team in the West plays a team from the East. The West are 28 games over the East in these matchups. I mean, the 13th seed in the West would be competing for a playoff spot in the East. LeBron is also continuing to expand the game at the age of 35 years old. This is the first time he's averaging a double-double, and to average 10 or more assists a game, yes, you do have to have great teammates, but you also have to have great vision and feel for the game. Sean Farnham made a great case for LeBron being the MVP on ESPN's First Take on February 11th. One point he made was this: the last 35-year-old to lead the league in assists was Steve Nash. LeBron looks a lot different than Steve Nash in his body and the way he can control the game. And he's right. LeBron has a very different playstyle from that of Steve Nash. And yet, LeBron has been able to transform his game this season after 16 years in the league. Let me also point out to you that Nash's team didn't even make the playoffs. Now, you might be thinking, well, Steve Nash was old and probably didn't have a great team around him. No. Nash's team had 3 Hall of Famers in him, Grant Hill, and Shaq, who was still really good at this point, prime Jason Richardson, who had one of his most efficient seasons that year, and prime Amari Stoudemire. Another great point Sean Farnham made about LeBron is his real plus-minus. LeBron's RPM is 35% better than Giannis's, who is number 2 in the league. Both LeBron and Giannis's teams are their number 1 seeds in the West and the East, respectively. But the Bucks have the league's best record with only 8 losses through the entire season. One can make the argument that Giannis deserves the MVP award because he's the lone superstar on the league's best team. At the same time, LeBron can be seen as the MVP because he's getting the stats that he is, even with having another top 10, maybe top 5 player taking a lot of shots away from him. At the end of the day, both players are absolute superstars and are fully deserving of being named the MVP. At this point though, I would have to go with Giannis because he has led the Bucks to the best record in the entire league, and he's the only superstar on the team and is only averaging around 31 minutes a game, while LeBron has Anthony Davis to fall back on if he has an off game or while he's on the bench. But to be honest, there's still plenty of time for this all to change, as we are only at the All-Star break. So come May, who will be the MVP? Will it even be one of these two? We'll have to wait and see. And that brings us to the end of the video. If you liked the video, let me know by leaving a like and consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this. If there's anything you think I missed in the video, leave a comment and let's talk about it. That's all from me. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day.